card I'm making today is this Christmas package card, and the idea for this was to utilize some of the stamps that you end up with for tags. I wanted to get a little bit more use out of my tag stamps, so I needed to come up with a way to use them on a card. So I have a little package here with the tag, and we're going to start actually with this border. Just below the video there is a link on YouTube back to my blog, and on my blog is a list of the materials that you'll need for this card. Two of the things that you'll need are a couple of pieces of scrap paper. The first one, the larger piece, is actually 1/2 inch smaller than the size of a standard card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it's 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I have applied to the back of it some removable adhesive, or adhesive that just doesn't keep anything stuck down good, and I've made sure that it's not super sticky because I'm going to put it on here on the front of the card, center it, and use this as a template to guide my faux stitching lines that I'll be doing with a white gel pen. And of course you can reuse this card. We'll just run faux stitching lines right along the edge, and this will help keep the lines nice and straight. Now once I've gone all the way around with my faux stitching lines, I want to very carefully remove my template so I don't smear my white ink, and just going to set that aside to dry. Now I'm ready to work on the package part of the card. The other piece of scrap paper that you need is to build a foundation for your package. So on the top box on my package, I'm going to adhere to this piece of white scrap paper. It can be any color. Okay. And then I'll put the other package on the bottom. We're going to center it underneath the top package. And you'll notice on the back side that you're going to have a little bit of overhang on each side. That's fine because this is just a foundation so that the ribbon has somewhere to adhere to that we're going to be putting on the package. And I'm going to adhere this ribbon with glue dots. And what I'd like to do is to center this. I think I'll use my grid paper to get an even amount of space on each side. A couple of glue dots on each end. Okay. Now to do the bow at the top, you'll notice that I didn't tie a knot in the bow. I'm going to use some baker's twine. This is some Martha Stewart baker's twine. You could also use embroidery floss to hold my bow together. Okay, to make my bow, I'll just fold 2 loops. Put my clothespin over it. Tie baker's twine. Around. Tie that nice and tight. Just my clip to hold it. And then put in a knot. Now, and I was tying that on the back side so that the knot's hidden. And now I can adjust the amount of ribbon that I have just like I would a regular bow. Okay, I'll pretty up my bow, and trim off the ends, trim off all that extra baker's twine on the back, and this will be ready to assemble. And I'm going to wait and glue it on when we put everything on the card at one time. So now we're ready to stamp our tag. This is being stamped in Bashful Blue. Alright, and I'm going to use some markers to give my snowman here a little bit more pizzazz. Normally when we use classic ink, you wouldn't use markers along with it because it might make the ink smear, but I'm working with a little bit darker, brighter colored markers over the classic ink, so I don't think that it's going to hurt it. Still have a pretty snowman when I'm done. Some orange and some real red. And the real red is just to add a little bit of definition to the band in his hat. Okay. Now they make a tag punch, but I don't have the punch, so I'm just going to cut this out manually, and I found that works. And I'm going to glue this down to some real red cardstock. Go ahead and trim this out. Punch a little hole at the top of my tag. And I'll take a little bit more of that baker's twine. So I have my package, and I've put some dimensional adhesive on the back. Put a little bit, pull all these little tabs off, stickers off. And I'm going to apply this to the card towards the bottom and over to the left just a little bit. Allow room for the bow at the top and the package on the right, which will also need a little bit of dimensional adhesive. Now the bow itself can go on with some glue dots. I think I'll put one piece of dimensional adhesive underneath the center. It pops up with the package. And then when we're done, I'll stick some glue dots under those ends. And my package, or excuse me, my tag is going to sit right here on the edge. I'm going to need a piece of dimensional adhesive on one side and then just regular adhesive on this side that'll lay on the package. I put him at just a little bit of an angle. And there's our 'Tis the Season card with a package and a tag for decoration, and you can stamp the inside as you'd like. And thank you for joining me today for the video. Be sure and check out my blog for the dimensions of the pieces and other projects. Thank you.